Hello there. So today I'm gonna be doing something new. I'll be honest with you. I had this idea. I was like, what if I took two plants, reviewed them, and just reviewed them. So that's what we're doing. So the two plants today are Plasma P and Electric P. I'm doing Electric P first and Plasma P second. The way this will work, as this is the first video, is for now, I'm going to divide it into 3 parts. Maybe I'll change it in the future. I'm not sure. This seems to work, as I have pre-recorded this, except for the upload didn't work, so I'm doing it again. This is pre-recorded data, so you know. Or not data, footage, so you know. This is the new Taco Band. It's pretty cool. So, let's get into the review. Electric P. It was added in PvZ Garden Warfare 2, as it was not in PvZ Garden Warfare 1. And first part 1 will be the attributes. What special things does this pea shooter have? Now, unlike most pea shooters where it's only one, like maybe they have fire, toxic, this guy has 2. First one, it's not the really special one. It's the electric damage. However, the second one is that he is able to detonate. Yep, like that. See what I just did there? I just detonated all of my shots. No. During the past footage, if you couldn't tell what I was, no, this pea shooter does not have a short range. He can shoot pretty long, and you're gonna want to use it. So, part 2, how are you gonna use this pea shooter? Now, I'm not a pro of this pea shooter, but I can make pretty basic assumptions on how you'd want to use this. The only time you'd want to spam out peas is if you're close to someone. Any other time, you're gonna want to make sure. Because with this pea shooter, you have the advantage of even if you miss your shot by the slightest, if you can tell when to detonate it, you can still do that damage, which it gives you a really good advantage because you might not have to directly hit them. So, but you have to be good at it, and I can assure you, it requires practice. Trust me. Well, if you can get good at this guy, you can be a threat. So, part 3 is how you might see this pea shooter being used. So, there's two groups. The one group is the noobs, or people who just got the pea shooter and do not know what it does. So, most likely you'll see these guys doing the, oops, I accidentally not accidentally, but like, they'll just spam it, and if they're trying to hit you from a medium range distance, they won't. I mean, maybe sometimes they'll let their peas go out, but they might just accidentally detonate them or something. The second group, are the very good people. These are the people, actually there's really 3 groups, I'll get to that third group. The second group are the people who know what they're doing and can detonate the peas whenever they like, and you might just be dodging them and you'll still take the damage. If this happens like almost every time, then you might want to look out for them, because I can assure you they will kill you. And the last group is kind of the group I guess I'm in. Like, I can't really detonate it. Like, there's people who can't really detonate it well, but understand that there is a charge, or that it does detonate, and that I need to and that I need to shoot my peas wisely and not try to detonate too early. Alright, Plasma P's next. The Plasma P, a classic. Originally added into Garden Warfare 1, this pea shooter only has one key attribute, but that key attribute, it's pretty useful. So, its key attribute is that it has charge ability. So, what do I mean by charge ability? Well, basically, if it has 3 charges. The first charge is, just your good old pea shooter. It's not really an actual charge. It's just when you shoot the pea shooter, like pow, pow, pow. It does a bit less than your average pea shooter, but there's a reason for that. The second charge is a middle charge. It does decent damage. It's kind of in between the first P charge and the second and the third P charge, my bad. Now the third P charge, this is probably the most common charge you're gonna see P shooters using. Not really charge, but like if you see plasma P's charging, they're charging up to this. Trust me. This does around 70 damage on impact, and if you miss, it will have a little galaxy kind of like expand, like a tiny little like nebula thing. It's pretty cool, and it's a pretty good way to do splash damage if you accidentally miss your shot. So that's unfortunately its only key attribute, but it's pretty cool attribute. You know what I'm saying? All right, so case scenarios that you're gonna see yourselves using the different charges with. It's kind of like the second part to the Electro P one, like how you're gonna see, not really how you're gonna see people use it, but how you're gonna want to use it. So the only way, or not the only way, but the only time just kind of like the spam charge, or like the charge that you use to, you know, just shoot, like no actual charge, is if you're like, most likely you're gonna try to use it if like you're in a firefight and both people are shooting, or if you're just trying to get as much damage out as possible before you die. Now second charge, usually you're probably only gonna use this if like the person who you're attacking is doing damage, but they're not doing enough damage to kill you fast enough. You might just want to try to get those second charges in. Like, you know, if charging up all the way would get you killed, but you know just spamming might not be efficient. So you know, you just want to do a second charge, or if you're charging up to get the third charge, someone sneaks attacks you with like an RPG, misses you, but like they do a good amount of damage anyways, and you're already at low health or something else, then you just want to use this middle charge, so then you can just try to use the other one, the tiny charges, to kill them off or finish them off. Now the third charge, I see two ways to use this. Sorry about the pauses. So first is how would I say this? Yes. Capturing objectives, like you standing a bit far away, and like, you know, your plant buddies are trying to capture the objective, but you don't really want to go in there. Like, you know, like they seem to have it covered, so you kind of like stand back and you're shooting plasma P's into it, you know, charging it up, just letting them go in there, doing splash damage, helping out your buddies, getting them assists. You know what I'm saying? The second time usually is that you want to get you have the sneak on someone, like you're following behind them, they have no clue you even exist, and you probably want to charge up to try to get that initial charged shot, so then you can do a buttload of damage and then easily win the fight. So third part is who you're gonna see these people using them. There's two groups. The first group kind of has two subgroups. The first group is the noobish players, and the two subgroups are they don't charge and they don't know how it works, which is pretty rare since, you know, Plasma P has been here for a long time. And the second group, who you could probably still see, are the overchargers. They will charge at any possible moment. It doesn't matter what scenario they're in, they're gonna try it. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just tends to get them killed. But I mean, it doesn't matter too much, as you know, 12 players, you know, it's really not gonna change the fight if someone's not good. That's kind of the fun of Garden Warfare 2, but you know, I'm just describing it. And the second group are the people, I guess you could say this as subgroups, are just the other people, like either good players, you know, kind of like casual players, you know, playing Garden Warfare 2. It's like, hey, let's play Plasma P. Kind of like me, I guess. And then there's the pro players who know exactly when to use the Plasma P's different charges at the exactly right time, like even more advanced than what I'm explaining. Now, you're probably gonna want to be careful about around these guys. It's still probably, as they can probably use hyper to just jump around, and if they're really good with the Plasma P, you might just not see them use the Gatling P at all. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry, and I guess subscribe. Like, you know, I only have 20 subs, you know. The more subs, the better.